Everybody. Good evening, good morning from wherever you are. So it's the episode 19 of the Life Journey series that I am doing. And right now I have a guest all the way from UK. She is a mother of three, and I look forward to hear her story and journey through this digital business. So this series is about sharing the journey of my fellow business owners from across the globe. And they're sharing their own whys and how does this opportunity had impacted their life so far. So you guys, if you are catching us live, let us know. Shower some hearts down there or leave us some question. If you have some questions, just drop it down below and we could get back to you later on. And if we haven't met before, my name is Jessa. I'm a healthcare assistant. I'm also one of the digital business. I help others to set up and run their own by utilizing our automated system. And I'm one of the Inspire Mentor in an organization called Core Mentors Association. So let's welcome, guys, my guest today. I hope you would get settled down and be inspired by her story. Let's welcome Victoria. Hi, Victoria. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Jessa. How are you today?
I'm fine. And you? I hope you are doing great.
Yes, it's a rainy day, but yeah, all good.
Yeah, so please introduce yourself to our viewers, Victoria.
All right. Thank you for your invite. So, I am from Hungary, but I live in the UK, and I have three kids, and I lived with my family in three different countries. I mean, before England, we used to live in Australia, and before that, in China. So we traveled a lot. And yeah, we try to settle down now if we ever gonna be. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's amazing. I haven't been to no China. Well, in the airport. Well, I guess I was there only at the airport. Yeah, so tell us about what you do before you started this business.
So before actually, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but before the kids, I worked on cruise ships. So it was a really good experience. It was a great lifestyle as a single person.
Yeah.
I had contracts. I worked from about 6, 8, or 9 months, and then I had a couple of weeks for vacation, and then I had to go back and do other contracts. So it was hard work, but I really enjoyed it. It was, as I said, it was a great lifestyle. I managed to travel the world. Literally, I've been almost everywhere. I still have a couple of countries that I like to see, and also, I would love to take my kids back to some of the places, and it would be amazing to have them there and be there together. Because I met my husband on ships, on one of the cruise ships. So yes, it would be
Oh, that's
amazing if we
exciting.
could do some of the travel together with the kids. We've been, you know, together with my husband and then later on back with the kids.
Yeah. So so when you're saying you have this great job and not traveling, so what's make you decide to run your own digital business?
Well, that was, something that I could not do any longer after I had my children because I didn't want to leave them for 6 or 8 months. And But there are no really shorter contracts. Even shorter contracts are like 3 or 4 months. But I definitely did not want to go back to ships, so I didn't consider it at all. And honestly, I really had to change my career. I had to find something that I can do. And in the beginning I was really lost because I didn't even know what I wanted to do. What's the next step? And because I was a stay-at-home mom for so long, and then before I worked on cruise ships, I felt like my experience and my knowledge, everything just, I felt like it was all outdated. And my skills as well. Of course, I learned programs and things like that, like softwares and computer. I use those kind of things on shifts. But you know how technology changing so rapidly, and then I felt like I was at home. I was a at home mom, and stay at home mom, and what I'm going to do. I just feel like I need to learn some new skills in order to find another job. And actually, the very first time I signed up for an accounting and bookkeeping course, and I was
Mhm.
2 years. So it took me 2 years to complete it, and halfway through, I was like, "This is not for me." But anyway, I completed it, and it's a good thing because now having my own business, it's just a plus, just a benefit that I've learned all these things about bookkeeping and accounting. So that was one thing why I started this online business. The other thing was at that time we lived in Australia, and when I started to thinking to go back to work, I have started to look up kindergartens and nurseries for my children first, right? Because if I go back to work, they need nurseries. But living in a foreign country can be really expensive, and daycare is actually one of those things that they're really, really expensive. So it would have been over $5,000 for us per month for the two kids to go any of those nurseries. So we had to decide what we're gonna do. So actually, I stayed at home with the kids longer because of that, and I had to find something that I could do from home and supplement our monthly income. Because it's also at that time my husband was very busy. He traveled a lot. He had business trips, and I had to make sure I can take care of the kids when he was away. In the beginning, we didn't have family or friends over there, so I really couldn't rely on anybody else if he was away, and I needed flexibility so I could do the things with the kids, running the daily routine and
Yeah,
yeah,
and that business has give you this business has give you that flexibility, and
yeah,
I'm glad that you.
absolutely. My youngest child is 4 months old now, so I definitely need that flexibility.
Yeah, so let's continue our next question. So I have a little notes for my
Okay.
question for you guys. So if I'm not looking at you guys, so I'm looking at my notes. So tell us if you have something difficulties or challenges while starting this business.
I think I can tell you only one thing is to be patient because I think in these days we just live in the world when everything happens so quick, and if you want to know something you can just Google it and you can find out. You're having a conversation with somebody and you don't know something, and oh, I can Google it, I can look it up, quickly. And when you start your business, I think in order to build a good foundation and to be able to grow your business, you have to learn. And in my case, for example, I really had to learn a lot because I never had my own business, and I I wasn't even a business minded person. So I had to kind of grow into that thing when, okay, this is my business. I'm the boss, and I have to do, things in order to make it work.
Yeah.
And actually, it's also you have to build your confidence as well to be able to make decisions, right? So anyway, because of the training and my mentor, it was actually not so difficult. However, I wanted to do everything so quick, and I wanted to have the results right away. And it's just that's the only challenge I think I have this with this business to stay patient.
Okay, yeah, it's very important to have patience. It's the same everywhere. Even though if you study or if you work at your work, what you are doing, you still need patience to do everything, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, so the next is what's my number four? So share us some three specific things that you love about this business. I know that there's a lot of things that we love about this business, but just try to specify some three things that you love about this business.
One thing definitely the training that I mentioned before because it's just very user friendly. So whatever I want to learn, whatever I need to know, it's just so easy to follow. It's video based, step by step, easy to understand. I mean, English is not my first language, but it's just very easy to understand and follow it. And it's always updated, so it's always relevant. And the other thing is the power of the community that we have because we all individual business owners, but at the same
Mhm.
time we really try to help each other, like sharing our experience and our knowledge and really helping other businesses to grow. And not just that, but it also can be very inspiring and very motivating. So we have these groups in our platform when we can have a chat and we have different groups, right, to talk.
Yeah.
And even if I have, just a bad day, I don't want to talk to anybody, but I just go there and I just connect with these people, and it just put me in a very good mood. And I think it was really important, especially in the last year when, during lockdown, and people couldn't socialize the way we used to, right?
Yeah.
So it was very important to have a community like this because it really helped me through some difficult time, and yeah, it definitely kept me positive when I needed it. So it was amazing. So, and the other thing is because we share our experience and knowledge, um, it is easy to set up your strategy, what you want to do with your business, because there are people who already,
Done it.
got done it and got that far, and then you can follow them. They tell you what they did and how they did it, and if you have your own business, a traditional business, there's nobody's going to tell you anything. You have to put every single little piece together, and it takes time, it takes so much money, and it takes years to see the results. But
Yeah.
here it's just it is much easier and quicker to do this way, to help each other and really just to see how they done and then just follow them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I also love about the training that we have because for me I don't have a special background, for running a digital business. So it's like this video base that we have is really helpful. And I know
Yeah.
even we have a lot of older person or even a grandma are running this business. So it's our community is also very inspiring and very supportive, and I love that you say that. Yeah, so thank you for sharing that, Victoria. So my next questions for you is, what's the biggest impact this opportunity has given to your life so far?
Wow, that is actually it changed my personal life um on a personal level. Actually, I've changed a lot because I really like this business and I really enjoy doing it. But as a stay-at-home mom, I'm busy and I do like other people as well. But I've learned how to be more organized. how to use my time more efficient, how to work, um, through the day, like set up the things that I it need to be done, look after my kids and everything, and find a time by doing the routine every day to work. And if, like as I said, flexibility is really important. If I can't do my work at a certain time when it's scheduled, it's okay because it's flexible. So I can do it in the afternoon or in the evening whenever I have time later on if I want to spend more time, at the playground with my children because it's a beautiful weather outside and I don't want to come home right away after school. I can do that. Or if my little baby has a bad day and she really needs my attention constantly, then I can do it and I can reschedule my work for later. And because of that, I also started to encourage my children to be more independent. So now, before we leave the house, they can get ready before they go to school and things like that. So not just I managed to organize my days better, but I also um, going through this. Actually, I'm teaching more to my children, if you will. I don't know you understand what I'm trying to say. So yes, they helping me with the little one as well. So they sing to her, and it's just encouraging them to be more independent. They it also makes them happy and more useful, and they love to help. So yes, it
Yeah,
it
so
I
thank
think it's really good.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you mentioned that, teaching our children. I used to, I also teaching my son, that yes, we have to go to school. It's important. Knowledge is important, right? But, and thinking about the other level, like having a business, when you grow up, you could decide for yourself because it's really important to have a plan B for,
Yeah.
to mention it with our kids for what's going on right now in the world. So it's really is important that we also teach our children what we have learned. So it's really, yeah. So thank you for that mentioning that, Victoria. Yeah. So my
Thank
last
you.
question for you is to, uh, what would you tell to the people who are wanted to explore this amazing opportunity or this business model that we have?
Well, I think what I can tell is basically what when I through my experience when I was looking for something, what I find it very very important to find an online business which is tax registered worldwide, so it's legit because I'm Hungarian and I lived in different countries and I don't want to be in trouble, and
Yeah.
there are many things out there, and I've look into them, see some details about it, um, but nothing really ticked the boxes for me. So the fact that this is a tax registered online business worldwide, it was a really important thing for me. The fact that the training is really easy to follow. I had my coach, I had my mentor as well, but the other people, also the other business owners that helped me. So I think not just to have this training and people with you so you don't feel alone, um, but the results that you can get, it is really amazing. And to be honest with you, when I try to see other things, nothing could compare to this, because many businesses or whatever you can see online, they say you don't have to do anything and it's just very easy, you're gonna get a millionaire, after just a while. And then no, this is something that you have to put effort in it, you have to put some work in it, and you have to stay commitment committed to actually reach your goals and your dreams. And you have to work on it. There is no secret button that you press and then all of a sudden everything is just falling, from the sky, and you're gonna be rich. This is not how it is. But we actually provide everything to work to walk people through how to start, how to build the good foundation to be able to grow on their own later on their own business. So yeah, but I think, and the very good way to learn about it at the beginning is to watch our webinar, because this is how I started, because nobody can tell me what is the best fit for me. I have my own lifestyle. I have my own life and challenges and goals and dreams. And after I watched the webinar, I knew that, okay, yeah, this is something what I want. This is something for me. And whenever I have, people who's asking me more details and stuff, and I'm always telling them, just please watch the webinar, because if you watch it and then you have questions, it's much easier to talk about it. Plus, I'm like you, we are busy, right? So if you have
Yeah.
five people asking you, can you tell me about it? And if you would start explaining everything, then you would end up basically talking to everyone at least an hour, and 5 hours just gone, from your day.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Because and we really doesn't have to explain everything, because it's also hard or difficult to explain all the details inside what's inside the webinar, because all the details are really explained very easy to understand. If you guys, if you're watching us right now, if you wanna check it out, if you have to see it for yourself, because as Victoria said, we have our own goals in life. We have different lifestyle, so we can't really decide from you. You have to decide it for yourself. So we always encourage you guys to watch the webinar if you are interested to into this business model that we have. So that's all I could say to you guys, as Victoria said too. So yeah, so if you have more to say, Victoria, please say before we
well, you know
finish
what,
this.
I could sit here for a day and night for another couple of hours and talk about it, but time is, I think it's very important for everyone. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think I said what I wanted to say.
Okay, thank you, Victoria, for being here and sharing a little about you and
Thank
your
you.
journey about this opportunity. Thank you so much, Victoria,
Thank you
and
so
thank you
much. Thank you
everybody
for having
for
me.
watching. And if you guys catching us on replay, please say hashtag replay, or if you have some questions, connect with Victoria. If you wanna connect with Victoria, or connect with me if you have other questions. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, and I will see you next week on my episode 20. I look forward
I
to
will be watching.
it. Right. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye. Have
Hi.
a good
Bye,
weekend.
Victoria.
Bye.